Were there signs of trouble before two people were shot and killed earlier this week? We've spent the day looking into the past of accused killer Ricard Taylor to find out more about his life before the shootings. The 34-year-old East Lansing man has a history with the military and was in the midst of trying to get a job with the government before police say he shot two people multiple times on Monday. Josh Sidorowitz spoke with someone who said Monday's events were out of Taylor's character and has more on his background.
An insatiable love for music and someone who was very outgoing. That is the Ricard Taylor, a friend we spoke with today, knew. But he didn't feel comfortable going on camera or letting us use his name. And while some friends of victim Jordan Rogers told us earlier this week they were worried Taylor could become violent, Taylor's friend offering a different perspective. He knew him from the area music scene and met Taylor through his street performances in East Lansing. It's the same performances documented by Michigan State student newspaper The State News last year. Taylor, we're now learning, was also in the military, a Navy seaman recruited for just about 3 months back in '07, according to a public affairs officer. It's unclear why he was discharged, though Taylor's friend said it might have been related to his schizophrenia, one of the reasons he had trouble holding a job. And during his arraignment Wednesday, Taylor had this to say to the judge.
I'm awaiting employment right now from actually the government of the United States. That's not something I'd like to talk about right now, but I don't know if that will have any effects.
That will have to wait due to the seriousness of these charges, Mr. Taylor.
His friend telling us he'd been desperately trying to land a job recently. And as for previous jobs, he was a security guard for MSU's Broad Art Museum until October of 2013. And on his profile on the professional social media site LinkedIn, he listed he was a client with Express Employment Professionals and a spiritual leader, quote, fighting off demonic forces. But whatever forces might have driven Taylor Monday, his friend saying he wished he could have done more to help prevent it. In East Lansing, Josh Sidorowitz, Fox 47 News.
We spoke with Jordan Rogers' fiancée again today over the phone. She lived next door to Taylor for 2 years and said there was an abrupt shift in his demeanor recently. For most of the time he lived next door, she said he was friendly, but also believed he was mentally ill and might have stopped taking his medication. As for criminal history, Lieutenant Scott Rigglesworth says Taylor had a couple minor non-criminal incidents on record in East Lansing, but other than that, he called it very atypical for someone to have no police history and then all of a sudden be suspected of committing two homicides like this.